Hey ladies, Rachel Adams. Thank you so much for watching. Today's video is all about the Hollywood glamour. And so to pull this look off, it has everything to do with bold eyeliner, a little bit of a wing, long in-your-face lashes, really minimal face makeup, and then this bold red lip. So again, like I said, this is a classic look all the way back to like Hollywood glam, like the 40s, when women were just so done up and so classic and so beautiful. But also this look is now popular like with a casual, so you can throw on your favorite jeans, throw on a denim jacket, wear your hair down, and pop on this bright red lip, and it looks stunning, it looks amazing. So it's very chic. I hope that you enjoy the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe so that you can see other videos just like this. Thanks! Okay, so let's get started. I started off using the Glorious Primer to just really prep my face and my skin for the foundation. I'm using the BB Flawless foundation from Unique in the color Bisque. This is my go-to foundation. I just love that it's so creamy. It doesn't leave my skin dry or cakey. It doesn't look like I'm really wearing anything. Again, it's got the name Flawless in it for a reason. It is a great, great option. And if you haven't tried it, I really, really strongly encourage you to try it. It is a wonderful product. Plus, it's gluten-free, cruelty-free. It's got all natural-based products in it. It's just a really good product. Now I'm using the BB Flawless in the color Cream. This is the lightest color, and I'm just using this to prep my eyelids for the foundation look that we will be doing today. Now I'm going to set that foundation on my eyelid with the color Innocent. This is just a matte white cream type of a color. You're really just getting a thin layer so that your eyelids are ready to really just have color worked into them. This will also help them be really, really blendable. This is the transition color. Now I'm going in with the color Beautiful. This is a really, really light brown. And we're going to use a blending brush to do it. Again, you're going to focus from the crease up. And this is just a really, really light, subtle color at this point. What we're going to do is we're really going to contour out our eyelid. And to do that, we're going to create a shadow. And to create that shadow, we're going to build on some colors. So again, each one is really, really subtle and really light. But as it builds, it gets darker and really just contours out that eyelid. Now I'm going in with the color Irresistible. This is a slightly darker brown. Again, all the colors that we're using today are matte. I'm using a pencil brush to just really etch that into the crease. You don't want to get it on your eyelid because we're going to keep those eyelids as wide as possible, which you'll see in a second. So again, back and forth in windshield wiper motions, just really, really blending. In order for us to really achieve the shadow look, really, really blended, shadowed, contoured eyelid, we really have to make sure that it's super, super, super blended. And you know me, blending is key, so just back and forth. Now I'm going to use the Liner Shader brush by Unique. I love this brush. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I love, love, love this brush. And I know it's a little daunting maybe to use the liner side on your eyelid, but trust me, it's going to make this look pop. So what we're doing, we're using the color Infatuated, which is a slightly gray, dark brown kind of a color. Go ahead and line a very thin layer all the way across and then just take a pencil brush and just blend. It looks a little scary at this point, but don't worry, we will blend it all out to beautiful. Back and forth, just really move that product around. When you're doing a little bit of a harsh line with this look, you want to make sure that you blend it out as much as possible, even though we do want a harsh line where we use the liner brush, if that makes any sense. Blending, again, just blending those colors. Now I'm using a concealer brush, and I have dipped it into that original color we used, Innocent, and I got my brush wet with the rose water first, so I made like a paste, and then you just want to pack that onto your eyelid, not going any higher than your crease. Again, with the other eye, just really packing that on. One after the other, you want to make sure that you're not really swiping this across your eyelid, but you're really just pushing this in. And as it dries, it will stay there all day. Getting your product wet is a great way to really show the true pigmented color. So a lot of times get these amazing colors, and then we get them on our skin. They just don't look quite the way that they look in the bottle, and getting them wet sometimes is the key. Going back in with the pencil brush, I'm using again the color Infatuated just a little bit, and I also dipped my brush just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit into that Irresistible color to give it a little bit of warmth. So just rubbing that in, blending that out, and really just, again, carving out that eyelid. You'll see when our mascara is done and our liner is done, this is just such a beautiful look. Okay, using the liner shader pencil again, not pencil, brush, I dipped my, I used the color, sorry, let me just say this again. I used the color Corrupted, which is a matte black. It's a really, really dark matte black. I dipped it and I sprayed a little bit of the rose water to just make a nice paste, and this makes an amazing gel eyeliner. Oh my god, it goes on more like liquid than gel, but it stays on all day like a gel does, and it is just beautiful. And it is so, so, so pigmented. I can't get over it. I mean, a lot of times if you just get your brush wet and use that, it won't be quite as pigmented as like a true eyeliner, but this is an amazing little trick. So if you use the Unique eyeshadows, I highly suggest that you get this brush and you try it. One thing to also note when doing a dramatic winged eyeliner, I like to go in and kind of just sketch it out with the top layer and then just fill it in. So as you can see, I went in, I drew it, and then I just filled that in to make it solid. Now I'm using the blending bud, also my favorite tool. I sprayed it with a little bit of the rose water just to get it nice and damp, and now I'm dipping it into the cream colored BB Flawless to just give a little bit of a highlight. We don't want to go too crazy with the highlight because we're not really doing any contouring. We're going to use some bronzer later, but just again, we just want to brighten up our face. I go mostly focusing underneath my eyes, and then whatever's left on the blending bud, I just kind of highlighted down my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and a little bit around my mouth, especially since we're going to be doing such a bold lip here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and set that with our powder concealer in the color Fresh. Also amazing, if you do highlighting or contouring at all, you're going to want to check out the Unique powder concealers. They are really, really amazing and really, really blendable, and they last all day. I'm setting the rest of my foundation with the Unique pressed powder in the color Organza, and I'm going back in with my clean liner shader brush, and I've dipped it into the color Infatuated, and also just a little tiny bit of the color Irresistible to just kind of make a little blend and sweep that on my bottom lashes. And now I'm going in with the Precision Lip Pencil in the color Primal, and this is that Va-Va-Voom type of red. This is just your average classic red. These pencils are amazing. They go on super, super creamy. They're so easily blendable. You can see how easy I'm blending this. And they give you just enough time to really get them in how you want them, and then they dry. And when they dry, these things do not budge. You guys have seen my videos before. I've said it a million times. I will say it again. These are amazing. So, line your lips, get that nice line, and then just fill it in. And this, again, this technique to do with any liner specifically, but especially with ours because they are long-lasting liners, this is a great way and a great alternative to just your average lining your lips. It used to be that you just did an outline and then you put on your gloss or your lipstick, but no. If you want your color to last, go ahead and fill in your full lip. Now, because I'm using such a bright red, I'm going to go in with a concealer brush, again using the BB Flawless in the color Cream, and I'm just going to kind of etch out my lips. This is something you want to do if you're using a bold color. Just make sure that you got that line really, really perfect, really, really precise. Or if you're a little older and you've got fine lines and your lip color can tend to seep or run, this is also a great option because this will just create a little bit of a barrier and that lip color won't move. Again, it's very, very important to go ahead and blend. I like to just blend it with my finger because it's just the most precise sometimes. Now I'm going in with the Unique lip gloss in the color Lethal. This is my favorite combo. This is just, like I said, your most classic beauty glamour red. Oh, I love it. And this lip gloss is so creamy, but not at all sticky and not at all goopy, so it really goes on and sits more like a lipstick, a creamy base lipstick. Now I'm going in with the Beachfront Bronzer in the color Malibu, and I'm only using the matte side. I'm not using the shimmer side. with this look, and especially when we're going to kind of contour our face a little bit with the bronzer, you want to make sure you stay away from the shimmer, because it'll just kind of add shine and glimmer and will catch the light in the areas that you're trying to shadow. So I never ever recommend a shimmer bronzer if you're trying to really get it in for a more of a contoured look as opposed to a bronze look. Now I'm going in with the pressed powder in the color Stunning. This is a hot pink color, just goes on super, super light and airy, just gives you that pop of life, I like to say, and it really just finishes off the look. Yes, that's my husband and my child. So sorry about that. Now I'm using a little bit of a highlight. I'm actually using an eyeshadow called Curious. It's got a little bit of an iridescent component, and I just put that on the tops of my cheeks and kind of run it down my nose. And I'm now filling and drawing in my eyebrows with the eyeliner pencil called Prim. Again, this goes on just like the lip liner, so creamy, so fresh, and then it really just sets in place. Once it's dry, it will not budge all day. It won't smudge, budge, won't move. So get it on there the way you want. Use a brush, use your tools to really manipulate it and move it around, but then note, once it's dry, it's dry. Now I'm going in with that same Curious that I used as the highlight, and I'm just putting that right up underneath my brow bone. As I said before, this eyeshadow look is a total matte look, so we don't want to add too much shimmer up here, but just enough that we really, really can get a little bit of a highlight. I also put it on the inner corners of both eyes, again, just to capture the light, so that you get just enough. And there you go. Here's my old Hollywood glam mixed with your fresh, casual, everyday chic. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.